Hi, so this is officially day 2 of my nofap, and I'm recording this video for like the 4th time because I keep tongue-tying myself. I realize I'm not very fluent in my speech, especially when I'm trying to drive at night and I can't see shit. Too many things running inside my head. So I'm crossing the bridge right now. This is Arthur Lane Bridge. Don't know if you can see it. And I just did hill sprints. I was at China Creek Park in Vancouver. I just did some hill sprints. It was a lot tougher than I thought, and I'm somehow surprised that I actually went to do it because it was like almost a 30-minute drive from UBC. And the hill sprints were a lot tougher than I thought. I did 6 sets of them as I was advised to. They were mainly to train my anaerobic fitness, to drive my maximum oxygen levels up. And it was a lot tougher than I thought. It really exercised my hip mobility to a whole new level. I don't know if it will come in time to assist me for my badminton tournament that I'm actually participating this Saturday. But at least I know that the hill sprints will drive up my anaerobic fitness as well as I think it's my explosivity, fast twitch muscles. In the same parallel method as the clean and jerks, cleans actually, just cleans, and my fast squats. So that's one. But the main thing I really want to talk about today, I'm kind of bummed out about this myself, is a concept I like to call social freedom. Actually, a lot of people call it social freedom. Can you see me right now? No? So this concept of social freedom is basically that you're free to almost do what you want socially, given that it abides by your morals and ethics. At least that's what I interpret it as. You're not harming anyone, you're not causing inconvenience for other people too much, and within those limits you're doing pretty much anything you want. And I'm fortunate to have a friend or two that has the social freedom. I'm fortunate enough to be in this era where simple pickup is really big, and real social dynamics, RSD, really shows me what social freedom is. Picking up girls is a very big example of social freedom. So what it really means is that you're just free to do whatever the fuck you want, and you're doing it. You might be initially doing it as a way of getting external validation, like you want other people to think you don't give a fuck. But eventually I think you'll start doing it as a way of internally validating yourself. Let's just say my friend at once upon a time, me and my friend was just at a parking lot, and there was this like old white couple. I'd say white because he's Asian. My friend's Asian. There was old white couple across the parking lot, and my friend just randomly shouts YOLO at them, and it just seem kind of silly, but he just does it without thinking. It's almost like he just feels like doing it, so he does it. There's really no thinking attached to it. I think people like me, at least me right now, I think way too much before I do something because I'm afraid of the consequences I'll have if I do something that's socially incorrect. I'm incorrectly prioritizing protecting myself and my ego based on all these social rules that were set out, that are kind of invisible, but set out based on the reactions of other people. So I'm very bound by these social rules, and I don't want to be, but I am at the moment. I just feel fear, and it's really inhibiting because I see a cute girl, I'm afraid to go up to her and say hi. How simple is that? I mean, dogs say hi to each other. Every single animal out there pretty much says hi to each other when they kind of come close or when they're sexually attracted. It's us humans who don't say hi to each other or try to hit on each other because we're as modern as ever. We're at the most modern era ever. If that makes any sense. And yet we're so disconnected. We only say hi to our friends. We only acknowledge our closest friends because for some damn reason it's kind of socially weird to just strike up a conversation with strangers. I know this is more common in Western societies, but in Asian societies, like where I'm from, it's a bit looked down upon. Not looked down upon, but it's a bit taboo. It's kind of weird. For whatever no fucking reason. Like it's it's considered too outlandish to do that because we're very conservative. We Chinese people are very conservative, and the whole culture of like shouting random things to people is only more common in like the very testosterone driven and a younger crowd. So it really makes no sense to me, but it's just the way it is, and I really want to break out of it because I realize as well that another pro to being socially free is that you'll start developing all these funnier, peculiar relationships with your friends and other people. Like, for example, Frank Yang, one of my main inspirations, is very, very socially free. He just talks to random people. He films in front of other random people. I don't even need to actually explain how socially free he is. Just take a look at some of his videos, like doing workouts inside the subway. Like, other people are looking, but a very socially trapped person. I have a friend who's very socially trapped. I think he's even a bit more trapped than I am. Where I would do it because I actually do some of these. I occasionally do these kind of things when I'm kind of drunk because I do it to validate my identity as a socially free person. But I'm actually really scared inside still of like getting attention and getting beaten up. But that never happens. Like, my socially trapped friend will not do it because he's afraid of looking stupid. I think that's the most common kind of reason. Afraid of looking stupid. But Frank Yang, he just fucking does it because I think he's on some level, he's trying to validate the fact that to himself that he doesn't give a fuck. But he's explained that he does give a fuck about what other people think. That's why he wants other people to think that he doesn't give a fuck. In return, he does things that show other people that he doesn't give a fuck, but he does give a fuck. So, I don't know if you got that, picked up that, but that's what he's trying to do. So he argues with a monk on a train. He takes his shirt off. He squats on top of a dildo in a gym. Like, no offense to anyone out there, but if you go what the fuck and you say you say things as, why the fuck would anyone do that? It actually shows you're kind of close-minded to someone who's really, really socially free. Because someone who's socially free just does what is on his mind, what he desires to do. He doesn't worry so much about the implications. He's more worried about whether he's going to do it or not, like what he actually wants to do. Whereas someone who's more closed-minded, who's more socially trapped, is always evaluating his thoughts. He's always controlled by fear, all based on how he will be socially evaluated by other people that he doesn't even know, that he'll never ever see again, that will actually rarely, if ever, even criticize him in public about these acts. If anything, they're not even going to beat him up or anything, right? So it's actually kind of very stupid to be so socially concerned about what other people think of you. But I admit, like, for myself, I'm very socially trapped, and I hope that NoFap will really cure for me this in the future, which is actually why I'm shooting these videos. I realize I'm socially trapped even when I'm talking to the camera. I think that I must talk in a precise kind of manner, kind of like tone and delivery. I'm a bit worried, which is why I have a lot of and okays, like those kind of words, like so, I'm worried if I don't instantly have something thoughtful and creative to talk about within like 5 seconds of a pausing. I'm worried about not making sense on camera, and as a result, all these kind of thoughts actually overwhelm and inhibit me, my delivery and my fluency and my articulation. And you can see that my pupils are dilating a lot because I'm actually driving and I almost got hit by a car from behind. Whatever. And I hope that actually by the end of NoFap, my 90 days, that I'll be able to showcase more social freedom and more confidence, not just faking it like an actor would, like a really good actor would, but actually being socially uninhibited